And the Canes will get us underway with the opening kickoff. Fielded in the end zone, it's Burton. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. First down for this offense. Hold and finds his man on the left. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So this can certainly open things up later.
They'll line up for a second down play. Trying to beat him to the corner on the right. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. The option look. Good pickup there. He gets enough for the first down.
Brought down at the 29-yard line. And that's a first down for the offense.
The Owls come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. To the air, it's Jordan. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Coming after it, and the ball's on the ground. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
Well, the offense is coming off the field. They didn't have enough yards to get that first down anyway, but by putting it on the ground, they killed any shot at maintaining this drive, and now their defense has to take over in a sudden change situation.
On 1st down, here comes this offense. And that pass intercepted. Trying to take it back. Inside the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Owls! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, and he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. And he's going to run it back. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Fires to the big fella. The Canes are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. The great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the first down.
Here comes the offense on second down.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Temple 7, Miami 0.
Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Wide out in motion. Quarterback checking off. Looking to throw, it's Jordan. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. And it's picked off. Bringing it back. The 10. Touchdown, Temple. How about that D coming up with a play like that?
Number 10.
Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. He's going to bring it out from deep. No idea what he could have been thinking to try to return that one, and they stop him at the 7. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Now from their own 20-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Fires on the move. Or did he find a hole in that secondary? He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. The sweet feet buy a little time. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. That offense having to deal with the last thing you want on 1st down, giving up a sack as they come up to the line on 2nd down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Cameron. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. Scanning the field, it's Jordan. Unloads to the wideout. Pass is incomplete, but a lot of contact there. I think it's going to be pass interference and a 1st down. The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Pocket. He's going for a big play downfield. He caught it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
Love the play call here by the offensive coordinator. You can sniff it. You can smell in the air. Blood in the water. Now we're taking a shot. You got the athletes to go execute. Just dial it up.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
Looking for the end zone on second and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
And they've moved closer, and still they need 2 yards, third and goal. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Canes.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing, I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Temple takes over, and the Owls send the offense back onto the field. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute with some points on the board.
And great job getting in the backfield, making it very difficult to him to make reads and understand what the heck's going on, bottling him up. That's the biggest thing. When you play a running quarterback, you want to bottle him up. You want to set those edges really, really firm and make him turn back inside where all the big boys are coming, and you don't let that speed get to the outside.
Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. They give it to him again. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
You got to wonder if that's a moral victory for this offensive line, because they have not been running the ball well at all game long. But on that short yardage situation, they finally pick it up, and maybe that's going to be the catalyst for them to get this thing going and spark the run game.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
To throw, it's Jordan. Fires to the right. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Zone coverage that time, and the cornerback, a nice job with his eyes. He's watching the quarterback. He sees the ball thrown, so he knows exactly when to break on it. He's able to break it up for an incompletion.
He's looking for an open man on second down. Finds the tight end. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Gets it out quickly. And he'll step out of bounds just short of the goal line. Almost a touchdown, but not in there yet.
Everything seems to be working for this offense right now, and if they keep this up, this could get ugly by the fourth quarter.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Goes to the option. He'll pitch it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Owls. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7.
That makes the score. Temple 21, Miami 7.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. Fair catch, called for and made. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. He wants to throw. Trying to get to him. And he has run out of bounds as they go backwards there and just avoided the contact.
With the score, Temple 21, Miami 7.
Temple will try to boot this one deep to get the second half underway. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. There's no possible explanation for bringing that one out of the end zone, and they've got horrible field position at the 5. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you that number one.
The expressway is wide open. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside.
The ball squirts free.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
Using his legs to buy some time.
QB's got to be able to play on so many different levels. They got to read coverages, know the snap count, know what everybody's doing, and then does a great job at the end making something out of nothing, making a positive play, picking up a new set of downs, a new set of problems for this defense.
Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. The Hurricanes want to crank the tempo. To the air, it's Jordan. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. And the Hurricanes will line it up on 1st and 10. Softened him up with a run, now to throw. Touchdown, Miami! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway. Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished the deal with a 26-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. He'll bring it out. It's Burden. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Temple takes over, and the offense will return to the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Fast motion from the offense. The toss to the outside. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Hey, how about it? How about the old toss play, right? QB catches the ball, tosses it to the running back. Listen, it's got to be thrown out in front of him so he can continue to run, and then that offensive line has to do a really good job of getting the edge so he can get north and south. Used to see that play a ton back in the day. You just don't see much of it anymore.
This is the type of play that can give the offense momentum. 3rd and short from inside the 20. Looking to pass. It's Jordan. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. Can anyone catch him? The 20. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Owls.
This offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the 3rd quarter, march it down the field, and score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And boy, did they finish with a huge play in the passing game, scoring from 85 yards out. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out of the end zone and you're stopped at the 8. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. And the Canes will hustle to the line. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Makes a connection. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get into the 33-yard line. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Snap it to the back. And after a very short pickup on that run, we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Temple 28, Miami.
2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Back to throw, it's Jordan. Starts to scramble to the left. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Defensively, the clock late in the game, when you're winning, it's your friend. You got to find a way to keep that thing ticking. When you rush the passer, keep that quarterback in the pocket. Make him beat you from in there. You're dropping back in coverage. You got more DBs on the field. You're just trying to let him throw the football, get him on the ground, let that clock tick.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. And the Canes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll go with a direct snap. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. A touchdown here on 3rd and goal really ratchets up the game pressure. Slams it ahead. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And there's really no question here, after not getting it on that last run play, down in the 4th quarter, 4th down, you've got to go. You've got to dial up your best play here offensively. Who is your best matchup, one-on-one, that can get you this 1st down, keep the drive moving, and keep your chances of winning this game alive?
A 4th quarter field goal down by this much, that's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pig. Doesn't do much to change the looks. Got to score the touchdown on 4th and goal.
Here we go.
No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. Back to pass, it's Jordan. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricanes. You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby.
Yeah, and that's step 1. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Burden. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Temple takes over, and the Owls send the offense back onto the field. Okay, Jesse, this is a little bit of a tight spot. You'd love to be aggressive enough to get the 1st down, but you've got to take care of the ball first.
No doubt. I was going to say, ball security is at a premium. You cannot turn the football over at this point. The defense has 3 timeouts left, David, so probably conservative play calling here. You're expecting them to try to run to ice this game.
Conservative, I know they're going to be aggressive, but I also know that 1 1st down ends this football game.
Might as well keep pounding that rock at this point in the game, even though it's 2nd and 12. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised. I mean, you put the ball in your best player's hands. Like, late in the game, you've got to trust your guy. I'm interested to see what they do here on 3rd down coming up. Let's call it 3rd and interesting, right? Top clock ticking down. Do I trust my QB to throw the football? I got the lead. I want that clock to continue to roll.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Flips it out in the flat. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on 4th down. Pressure coming. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
And as a defense, that's all you can ask for. Give the ball back to your offense. Yes, you're still down. You gave them a chance. They got the football. They got some time left. Now can they put a drive together? Maybe go tie this game. Maybe go win this game. Great stop by this defense.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Feeling some heat. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, just nowhere to go there. It started in the pocket. It was collapsing. Quarterback felt it, so he tried to get outside, make something happen himself, but give the defense tons of credit. Excellent job in pursuit. They're able to give up no gain.
Dropping back, it's Jordan. Throws to the wideout. Touchdown, Canes! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game now. All you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do, just like practice. Knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
And it's good, and we're tied in the 4th quarter. Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the 4th quarter. Coming out with it, it's Burden. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return.
Offense will take over. 1st and 10.
Temple takes over, and the offense will return to the field. A pretty good bit of ground to cover here, Jesse, but they've got some time to work with.
They do, so tempo is going to be important. You got to go fast. You just got to make good decisions at the quarterback position.
And those good decisions are throwing the ball beyond the sticks, using the sidelines to get out of bounds, try to maximize this time and get in a position to win.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
9-yard pickup on 1st down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. Caught near the sticks, it's Moss. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the 1st down.
Gain of 5. 1st down for the offense.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. To the air, it's Jordan. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play.
Timeout, Temple.
Chains are set, and Temple has it with another 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Got his man downfield. Timeout is called with just a single second left.
Timeout, Temple.
And they'll send out the field goal unit. Timeout is called with just a single second left.
Timeout, Miami.
And they'll send out the field goal unit. With the ball spotted outside the 35, the holder will kneel and give his kicker a shot from 53 yards out and a chance to win. Oh, and the attempt is no good. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up. Time. Let's go. Direct snap. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. The Canes moving quickly to the line. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down. 1st and goal as they try to jump on top here in overtime. And they grab the lead here in overtime.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
And the extra point splits the uprights. They're up 35-28. first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Back to throw, it's Jordan. Fires to the right. Oh, and this one's picked off. A huge overtime turnover. What a thriller. What a confidence builder to be able to come up with a win like that in overtime.
This team has to love their ability to come up with big plays in big moments. How about in overtime, the individual efforts we saw, this team playing as a unit, doing enough and doing everything that was needed to get the W.
It's such an exciting game, up and down, back and forth. It's heartbreaking if you lose, but when you come through with these games late in the ball game, it gives you confidence throughout the season to continue to build on it. What a great win.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of